A knight's quest against the sparkle sprites. Have you ever been told it's time to wash your hands when you were right in the middle of a very important game? In a kingdom not so far away, a brave little knight was about to discover a secret world that lives on our hands. Sir Leo was a brave and busy knight. His days were filled with grand adventures, from building magnificent block castles to digging for buried treasure in the royal garden. He was so busy having fun, he didn't have time for silly things like washing his hands. But Sir Leo, his mother, the queen, would say gently before lunchtime, "Your hands have been on a big adventure. It is time to wash away the sparkle sprites." "Sparkle sprites?" Leo would ask, confused. "Yes," the queen would say with a twinkle in her eye. "They are tiny, mischievous little sprites that are invisible to our eyes. They love to collect on your hands while you play, and they look like tiny, shimmering specks of dust. They are not mean, but if too many of them get into our kingdom, they can cause a big tickle in our tummies." Leo wasn't convinced. It sounded like a silly grown-up story to make him stop playing. One afternoon, after a grand adventure digging in the garden, Leo was about to eat a delicious red apple. Just as he lifted it to his mouth, he heard a tiny voice. He looked down and saw the wise old tortoise of the royal garden, Sir Sheldon, looking at him through a magnificent magnifying glass. "Before you eat, brave knight," Sir Sheldon said in his slow, calm voice, "perhaps you should take a look at your loyal subjects." Curious, Leo peered through the magnifying glass at his own hand. He gasped. His hand wasn't just covered in dirt. It was covered in a million tiny, shimmering, sparkling sprites that were wiggling and giggling. They were the sparkle sprites, and they were very real. They were clinging to his fingers and having a party on his palm. "They are getting ready to ride the apple into your kingdom," Sir Sheldon warned gently. Leo looked at his hands, then at the apple. He didn't want a tummy tickle party. "But how do I defeat them?" Leo asked. "Ah," said Sir Sheldon. "The sparkle sprites have a secret weakness. They are terrified of two things, the mighty Waterfall of Warmth and the great bubbly soap dragon. You must be the brave knight who leads them to their foamy doom." This was a quest Leo could get excited about. He ran to the bathroom, which now looked like a grand castle. He turned on the faucet, the Waterfall of Warmth. He bravely took the bar of soap, the soap dragon, and began to make big, brave bubbles. He sang the official knight's hand-washing song, scrubbing the front of his hands, the back of his hands, and all the tiny spaces in between his fingers while he sang. He looked at his hands under the bubbly water. He could see the little sparkle sprites sliding off his fingers and disappearing down the drain with a tiny swoosh. When he was done, he looked at his hands. They were clean, warm, and ready for a feast. He took a big, crunchy bite of his apple. It was the most delicious apple he had ever tasted, because he knew his kingdom was safe. He had learned that washing his hands wasn't a boring chore. It was a quick, heroic quest that he got to go on every single day. And while the brave little knight learned how to defeat the invisible sprites on his hands, a little star high up in the night sky was learning a very different lesson about what it means to find your true place in a big, wide universe. Subscribe to Storiella so you don't miss her sparkling adventure.